Okay, so if the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games are coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service, these are the Nintendo games I really want to see, even if it's highly unlikely. Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon Crystal and Gold, and of course Pokemon Yellow as well. Wario Land, Pokemon Red and Blue, Kirby's Dream Land, oh, and definitely Super Mario Land 1 and 2 as well. What Game Boy and Game Boy Color games would you like to see on the Nintendo Switch Online service? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo-chan Show, where we cover the latest gaming news, leaks, and rumors from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in 2020 and beyond. If you want to be kept up on the latest gaming news, make sure you click that red subscribe button below this video and that notification bell so you know when I upload. And if you're interested, I have a Patreon, which link to that will be in the pinned comment along with my Twitter account. In this video, we are going to talk about some of the latest gaming news and rumors that include the rumor about Game Boy and Game Boy Color games hitting the Nintendo Switch Online service, the Nintendo leaker Zippo putting a pretty obvious Nintendo leak out there about a September Nintendo Direct, Microsoft having plans for new games being shown at the Tokyo Game Show, and other cool topics. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, it helps YouTube push these videos to more people when you do, and if you want to help me reach my goal of 700 followers on Twitter, which I think we're about 5 away, you can follow me at RoboRob93. Without further delay, let's get to the video. So Nintendo Directs are something that everyone is always looking forward to. I don't know about you guys, but Nintendo Directs have always been like a mini Christmas or celebration for me as a Nintendo fan. In a time where development on Nintendo Switch games have been interrupted, it's nice to see updates on Nintendo Switch games like Metroid Dread, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, Bayonetta 3, whenever we're gonna see anything on that game, and other Nintendo Switch games. And it seems that it is possible that Nintendo will be giving us one of these Nintendo Directs, with the leaker Zippo saying this about a Nintendo Direct for September. I've been told by multiple sources that Nintendo is preparing a new general Nintendo Direct for next month. This will reportedly focus on the remaining lineup of this year and will give us peeks at early 2022 games. I do not know the content of the Direct currently, but it's logical to expect looks at Metroid Dread, Mario Party Superstars, the final Smash character, and Advance Wars 1+2. As of writing, I haven't been given the exact date, but I've been told that this Direct could air as early as next week. When/if I hear more, I'll be sure to update this post. Now, for those wondering if this is going to be in the beginning of this week or the beginning of September, he did this in a new update, and this is what it says. Update, hearing once again that this Direct is imminent. This week is sounding like the week, Wednesday through Thursday. If it somehow isn't this week, it's next week. The rumors about Nintendo Switch Online service announcement are accurate. Hype at your own risk. Now, if you notice, I should have put the word leak like this in the title. This is because anyone could have really guessed that this was going to happen, that a September Nintendo Direct was going to happen eventually. And this is because they usually do a Nintendo Direct in September, so seeing that pattern is fairly easy. Last year, the September Nintendo Direct was on September 3rd, the year before that, September 4th, the year before that, September 13th, the same year before that, September 13th again, so it's a pattern that anyone can really call out and say, yeah, this is leaked info. Now, don't get me wrong, he could have had his sources as well, but it's an easy pattern to spot. Just keep that in mind going forward. And not only that, but other Nintendo leakers have come out and said things about not only the Game Boy and Game Boy Colors appearing at the next Nintendo Direct or just existing, but also the Nintendo Direct as well in September. One of them is Samus Hunter, who said there was going to be a Nintendo Direct in September, so he could have easily pulled the info from that and put it as his own leak, which some of the comments on his post did mention that he does do that sometimes. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't really know. I can't personally say because I don't know the guy and I haven't looked into it, but I just want to put that info out there for anyone who's following Zippo or any of the Nintendo leakers. Video on Samus Hunter's Nintendo Direct leak will be in description below, by the way. Now, speaking more into the specifics of what games we could see at this Nintendo Direct, or what game I should say, is Monolith's new game that's been rumored for a while. Their website is currently under maintenance, scheduled for September 8th. Samus Hunter brings up an important point that's saying 24 hours before this is usually when the Nintendo Direct would happen, so on the 7th. As those 24 hours pass, during that time you would get that Nintendo Direct, and when it completely updates, it shows the new game after the Nintendo Direct. Now, this doesn't particularly mean that we're going to be getting a Nintendo Direct on the 7th or the 8th, but it is possible. As to what game Monolith will be showing, it could be that Xenoblade game that was rumored a couple weeks ago, if I recall. A couple weeks ago, it was heavily rumored that a new Xenoblade game is coming because the voice actor for one of the characters from the earlier games, I think it's the first Xenoblade games, said that it is indeed happening. She even said she didn't know if she was supposed to say that or not, which I did do a video on that as well. You see guys, I do videos on other topics. Unfortunately, they don't do as well as other ones as you've seen on the screen. Which, hey, I'm not complaining, I'm just glad people are watching the videos. Which, by the way, I don't really bring this up in videos, but make sure you guys have all notification bells on. It's the best way way to get all of my videos. Sometimes the second option doesn't bring you guys the videos. But anyways, moving on to the next topic, we may be getting a huge update for the Nintendo Switch Online service with more classic Nintendo games coming with Game Boy Advance. I mean, not Game Boy Advance. I wish Game Boy Advance was coming, but it's Game Boy Color and Game Boy. I mean, who knows? Maybe later down the line they'll add Game Boy Advance? I mean, I hope so anyways. But anyways, this is what NME.com has to say about this topic. The source, as spotted by Nintendo Life in the latest episode of Nate the Hate podcast, where the known insider presenter speculates that the games from Nintendo's original Game Boy and its successor, the Game Boy Color, will be joining the subscription service as of September 2021. Now, according to Nintendo Life, this all stems from a data mine that happened back in 2019, which revealed 4 emulators inside the Nintendo Switch Online service app. Both Nate the Hate and MVG believe that the third one is likely for Game Boy and Game Boy Color titles, which that third one is codenamed Hayoko. I think I'm saying that right, I'm not 100% sure. Now, Nintendo Life has also confirmed with its own sources that it is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service soon as well, so they're not the only ones that are saying that this is coming. There are multiple sources saying this. Now, since then, the internet has taken his words and other people's words as the Game Boy and Game Boy Color is coming really soon, and it's turned into a rumor, which I find it hard to call a rumor because he's speculating. Both MVG and Nate the Hate are speculating on whether or not this is coming to Nintendo Switch. Now, whether that speculation is based on a source of knowledge that we don't know but they do is something else. Because speculation is usually based on something you already know, so they may have some information that they haven't told us that they're basing the speculation on, and if that's the case, then it is possible that we could see it at the next Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Switch Online service isn't the best out there. In fact, it's pretty bare bones when it comes to functionality or even the basics of what Sony and Microsoft have on their platforms. So anything that can be added to improve it or make the price more worth subscribing to is much welcomed in my opinion. Though the question is, will they increase the price because they're adding more to the subscription service? And by the way guys, make sure you don't forget what I said in the intro. Make sure you guys tell me what Game Boy games you want to see on the Nintendo Switch Online service if it does happen. And moving on to some Xbox news that's news for news that's coming. I know that doesn't make too much sense to you guys, but stick with me. The Tokyo Game Show is coming up and is going to include some exclusive news for Xbox. Now, according to VGC, Xbox is listed in the event, and the description for that reads as follows. Jump in and join Xbox as we bring our gaming ecosystem to the world. We have some exclusive news and content to share, and Tokyo Game Show 2021 will be our stage. Now, Xbox doesn't have the biggest presence in Japan. That's more or less Sony and Microsoft's bread and butter. But interestingly enough, Phil Spencer spoke out about Xbox's presence in Japan and says it isn't acceptable and pledges to do a much better job, which we are seeing this hopefully paid off during the Tokyo Game Show. Now, I would not expect any of their main games to be there except maybe Fable, because that is an RPG game. Though I guess you could say that about Elder Scrolls 6, but let's be honest, we're not going to be seeing that for a long time. And even Fable is a huge stretch, but if we do get a new trailer, that would be much welcomed. Other than that, I do want to see more RPG games on the Xbox platform. And interestingly enough, the Xbox lead for Asia says that they have been in connection with more and more Japanese indie developers, so I would definitely expect a flood of good RPG games coming to the Xbox Series X and its lower counterparts. Now, I would like to say, hey, maybe they'll show the Halo Infinite campaign there, but I highly doubt that. I have a gut feeling that we won't see the Halo campaign for a very long time, maybe close to launch or maybe a couple weeks before launch, which is close to launch anyways. I don't know why I said that. I mean, the fact that we haven't seen it yet is a huge red flag already, which I have a ton to say on that, which will be in a separate video. So if you're interested in Xbox content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And real quick guys, I do want to make a channel announcement. I'm going to be jumping further into this whole YouTube thing. I'm going to start streaming once a week, and once I get my foot in the door even further, I'll probably stream more often. What I'll be doing is starting a second channel specifically for streaming so that it doesn't mess my analytics up on this channel. I've noticed whenever I stream a Nintendo Direct or Nintendo Mini Nintendo Direct or anything else, it really does mess up my analytics and makes my other videos perform less. I'll also start a Twitch channel as a backup just in case something funky happens with YouTube, especially when it comes to streaming on YouTube and the copyright system and all that stuff. Now, I still have to finalize the graphics, make the channel and all that stuff, so it's not ready yet. I just want to put this info out there for now, and I'll keep you guys updated on each video and how it's going. And with that being said, what do you think about today's topics? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to RoboRob Gaming for more gaming news from Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. Well, whenever Sony wants to actually share some news with us, because they've been super quiet. Thanks for watching guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.